My name is Monsod. I am the chef of anime and Le Coq here in San Diego. I am a goofy, 4'11", but tough and feisty woman who loves to cook and share that passion with everybody else in the city. As far as professionally cooking in this industry, college I always had industry jobs. You just do that to get through school. And then my first actual job was at Herringbone, which is crazy, right? Because now I'm the chef of that building. So it's now Le Coq. And I remember being a young cook in that kitchen and just being like, I don't know what's about to happen, but I just literally got thrown into the pool and I just started swimming. The guy who was training me that day, his wife went into labor. They were like, Tara, can you just do it? And I was like, I was staging. And they were like, I was like, sure. And I swam and I survived and I ended up getting a job that night. And I just hustled and worked my ass off to prove myself, because that's kind of how you have to do in a kitchen. You can't just, sometimes when you just jump into a position, people are like, oh, who's this? Especially a 4'11" Asian woman. They're like, what is this person can do that I can't do? And so I just kind of worked myself from the bottom top and just kind of proved myself. And then before you know it, I was sous chef. And then COVID happened and I ended up running that place by myself for like 2 months. Okay, perfect day off for me. Waking up without an alarm, maybe getting a workout in the morning. That starts my day. Hang out with some friends at a coffee shop, mostly Bika because it's down the street. Most of the time I'm usually surrounded by people within our community in the industry, and it doesn't feel like work. Time I get off, it's supposed to be Sundays and Mondays, but I try to not do things on my day off, but it's kind of hard not to. Things are moving right now, especially after JBF, and I try to say yes to every opportunity, and sometimes those opportunities are on my days off. Bells and Whistles designed the space. So the idea is that it's supposed to look like a forest looking from the top. These are the trees. There's like a flow, there's no hard lines. And the floor is supposed to look like a ground floor of a forest. That's what the inspiration is. And then combine that with like Art Deco, and that's what you kind of got. So the name comes from anime, which is like the Japanese art, obviously. And then Anime Wong, who is the first female actress in Hollywood that was, I think she was Chinese. When creating a new dish, it's kind of, I usually start from a flavor profile that I want to go for, and usually it's inspired from a memory that I've had. And I write it down. Usually I have notes where just random blurbs of ideas. And I usually take an idea and I just start to really dissect it and simmer on it. And that's when my mind is just going through different things. I'm thinking about layering of flavors. How is it gonna look? How's it gonna eat? How's it gonna taste? What is the size? What is the vessel? What are the colors? And it's, when I say it out loud, it's a lot of things happening that I take little bits and I kind of compile, and it goes from here to here in my brain. Cooking is both science and art. It's like surface area, chemically, temperatures. Applying that science into cooking and tasting and flavor, it's very much an art when you finally put it on a plate. I think chefs don't get enough love for what we do because our jobs are very intense mentally, and not only mentally but physically. Like cooking takes time and love, and it just doesn't pop up out of nowhere. And for some people, making that dish that you're eating in front of you probably maybe took a week or maybe it took a year. And it's a very reflective of our hard work, and I think some people don't understand that. One of the first dishes I put that was very representative of myself or my culture was a short rib kare kare. And it's on the menu till now. But I kind of did my riff on it. So we use a braised short rib, which is, really great cut, and then presenting it in a way that's very beautiful when it's usually a one-pot meal. And then the flavor right then and there is just very, very Filipino. I think that was the one dish that I was like very unapologetic about and wanted to be very in your face and very represented not only me, but my culture as well. Yeah. The reason why I go so hard in this industry is being represented just who I am, because I want to make space for other people that look like me. And that's, whether you're queer, you're Asian, you're female, Filipino specific. I didn't grow up in this industry seeing people on TV that look like me. And if I'm doing a podcast or if I'm doing anything on TV, it shows that, hey, there's somebody who looks like me that is doing something I want to do, and it's possible. And you can see it in my kitchen. My kitchen is very reflective of that. Half my team is Filipino. Diversity is all over the place in the front of the house and back of the house. And it's all about inclusiveness and just making sure that the people and the guests that are coming to see us are having just as good a time as we are while we're working. We always have a saying, never above, never below, but always beside. So that means that I'm working next to my team. When it comes down to it, I'm in the trenches with them, and I think that leading by example really, really, really makes a big difference when you're leading a team.